Good morning, guys. So for your Tuesday workout, warm-up is 3 rounds, 50 single unders or 30 jumping jacks. So if you have that skipping rope, we are just gonna do our nice controlled jumps for 50 or 30 of your jumping jacks. Then we have 10 step back lunges total. So you're only doing 5 aside, stepping back, pressing up, and switching. Make sure when you're stepping back, that front knee is over top of your ankle and our back knee should be touching the floor. And then we're doing a 30-second handstand hold. So with this one, if you guys have a wall and you've approved it with your parents, that you can kick up to it. So probably best done in a garage, especially because sometimes when we kick up, we can go up too hard and we don't want to kick a hole in the wall. So if you have a wall that is approved and maybe tested with your parents around, then that's perfect. Do your hold there. If not, we have a few options. If you have a box, a couch, a chair, something where you can support yourself with your feet on it, and then bringing yourself in so that your shoulders are underneath your hips, we're going to hold for 30 seconds there. If you maybe have a wall, but we're not comfortable kicking up into it, you can do a wall walk where you're going to just walk yourself up and just do your holds from there. So again, make sure it has been tested with your parents. If you don't have any of those options, we're just going to go for a plank hold for 30 seconds. Okay, so 3 rounds of that. Then we're going to go into your workout. So teens, you guys are going to do 5 rounds. For the kids, we're looking at 3 rounds. We're going to start with plate hops or jumping jacks. Again, another option is if you have a skipping rope, then you can skip. So plate hops, if you have something that you were able to jump onto nice and fast, then we're gonna do that. Again, make sure you test it. Stools are maybe not the best objects because they do kind of wobble a bit, so it needs to be something that's secure and it actually shouldn't be too high. Books are maybe okay as long as they aren't gonna slip and slide off of each other. So again, test it. If you don't have anything, then we're just gonna do jumping jacks. So it would be 60 jumping jacks or 30 plate hops. Or if you're going to skip, we're gonna keep it at 60. So 60 single skips. Then we're gonna do alternating jumping lunges. So we have 30 reps total, so 15 aside. And we wanna make sure when we're doing these jumping lunges that we're landing in a good position. So we're jumping forward and then switching. If you guys are doing this on a hard surface, I'm not gonna get you guys to put your knee to the floor. So hover that knee off of the ground and then switching. But we do wanna make sure that that front knee is nice over that ankle. We're not pushing forward into it. So jumping and switching again, front knee over top of that ankle. If you're not able to maintain that when you're jumping, then I just want you to do 30 lunges, either forward stepping or backwards. If the lunges bother your knee, backwards lunges are going to be the best bet for you because we're able to actually pull backwards and make sure that that knee isn't sliding forward over top of our toe. So we have 30 lunges, and then we have 10 hand release push-ups or 5 wall walks. So your push-ups, just like we did on Friday, as you're coming down, they're gonna rise up slightly, then you're gonna press back down. Now when you are rising them up, the rest of your body needs to stay tight. So this isn't like a loose burpee. We are coming down to our push-up, hands up, press back up. So again, elbows nice and close to the body. We're gonna come down, hands up, pressing back up. To keep it as strict and hard as possible, you're gonna keep those legs off the ground and then press. If you need that assistance, you can trail off of your knees. Make sure you keep your toes planted, or core nice and tight so that we're not feeling that load in your lower back. Something to be aware of when we are doing the wall walks, if you are using shoes and you're inside your house, they can leave scuff marks. So that is not an option. If you're in your house with shoes, do not climb up an inside wall. The option from there, if you do want to do the wall walks, is use your couch to put your feet on your couch, and you're going to walk your hands into a pipe. So your feet are on a couch or on a chair, and you're going to walk yourself into a pipe and control it back out. So you can do 5 of those. 1 rep is all the way in and all the way out. So 5 rounds for the teens, 3 for the kids. From there, we're gonna go into the accessory work for the teens. So the kids, if you guys wanna try this, by all means go for it. We're gonna do a little core circuit. So we're gonna do 2 rounds, 30 seconds of work with a 30 seconds rest in between. We're starting with mountain climbers. When you guys are doing your mountain climbers today, we are doing them slow. We're not doing them for as many reps as you can get in the 30 seconds. So you're gonna hold that plank position. I really want you to focus, pressing through your shoulders and keeping your core tight, and you're going to control that pulling your knee in and back out, okay? I want you on your hands, not on your elbows, but I don't want them for speed. I want them controlled. You're almost thinking of kind of kicking that knee up, nice and fast, but control those movements. So from mountain climbers, we're gonna do a 30-second hollow hold. So with the hollow hold, we need that lower back to be pressed against the floor. So we're almost thinking of this rounded position. So on your backs, easiest way to do this, press your lower back into the floor by raising those shoulders off the ground, feet together, toes pointed, arms overhead. Hold this position if you can. If not, tuck your knees, bring your arms down, or you can challenge this. You can do 1 leg at a time, switch to the other leg, both legs with your arms down, knees tucked, arms up. So you can play around with any of those positions to make it a little bit harder. Your next 30 seconds is going to be a plank hold. So on your hands or on your knees, and we're going to hold this position here. Again, really focus on pressing through the shoulders, so arms are straight, keeping your core tight, and really try and kind of crunch down into that rib cage. From there, we're going to do a Superman hold. So on your stomach, try and keep your heels together, legs off the ground, arms up. If it hurts to keep those arms up, just bring the arms down a bit. So you're going to try and hold that for 30 seconds. And then the last one we're going to do is called a windshield wiper. So these we're going to do with a bent knee. You're going to lay on your back. We're going to bend our knees. Arms are straight. And you're going to control it to the side. Bring it up and switch to the other side. I do not want your knees to touch the floor. And I don't want you to come too far over where you just kind of drop. So go as far as you can control. And then use that core to bring your legs back up to the middle. So we're going to do 2 rounds of that. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. We're working our way all the way through it. And then we're going to go back to the top and do our second round. So that should be a nice little core burner. Then we're going to finish up with some stretching. So we're going to do 1 minute in a butterfly, 1 minute in a toe touch, and 1 minute in a frog stretch. So the butterfly one, we're going to start with our feet together. We're going to think of pressing those knees to the floor, and I want you to pull yourself in with your shoulders back. So I don't want you to round. I want you to sit up nice and tall, and then use your feet to pull yourself forward. So we have a minute hold here. Remember, when you're holding these, we want to be breathing, and we want to be trying to deepen that stretch as we hold it. Then we're going to go into a toe touch. So you guys are going to stand up, and we're just going to completely fold, reaching for the toes. So a slight bend in the knee if you need to. If you can keep it straight and touch your toes, that's perfect. If we're at our shins or Tuesday workout. Hope you guys have a great day.